didn't you call 31 days ago?
I've been looking for her and have gone through other resources to try to find her, which is stupid. There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Okay, what is the 3-year-old's name?
Kyeluh.
I can see him standing there with her in his arms and hand her to me and telling me that it's my fault. And I don't know where she went, and I don't know what he did.
And George, you're hearing this from your daughter's mouth for the first time.
Does that make sense to any rational person, any sane person? You would hand off a lifeless baby soaking wet and not attempt to do something? Plus, George knew CPR from the sheriff's department.
You're going to have to compartmentalize right now. Okay. As you sit here right now, did you conceal her whereabouts?
Did I conceal her whereabouts? Hey. You want to go to the hospital?
I need to breathe. Get away, I can't breathe.
I'm never going to understand how Casey Anthony got away with it. Earlier last month, a docuseries released called Casey Anthony's Parents, The Lie Detector Test. This was in response to Casey Anthony's recent accusations against her father. So George and Cindy Anthony agreed to undergo a polygraph test on camera to answer the lingering questions about George's involvements in Kaylee's death. This was really interesting because their real-time responses to the polygraph questions was being filmed for all of us to watch. So not only do we get to see their behavior during the actual polygraph being taken, but we also get to see how they acted before and after.
There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Okay, what is the 3-year-old's name?
Kyeluh, Kyelee, Anthony.
Kaylee Anthony?
Yes.
Okay, is she white, black, or Hispanic?
She's white.
How long has she been missing for?
I have not seen her since the 7th of June.
What is her date of birth?
8/9/2000. Oh God, she's 3. She's 2005. George Kyeluh, listen. Kyeluh's missing. Casey says Danny took her a month ago. She's been missing for a month.
Okay, I understand. Can you calm down for me for just a minute? And I need to know what's going on, okay? I'm going to try and tell.
So what is we can do? I called a little bit ago, the deputy sheriff saying I found out my granddaughter has been taken. She has been missing for a month. Her mother finally admitted that she's been missing.
Okay, what
here now?
Okay, what is the address that you're calling from?
4937 Hope Spring Drive. We're talking about a 3-year-old little girl.
4937 what?
Hope Spring, HOPESPRING Drive, Orlando. My daughter finally admitted that the baby's in the store. I need to find her.
Your daughter admitted that the baby is where?
But the babysitter took her a month ago that my daughter's been looking for. I told you my daughter was missing for a month. I just found her today, but I can't find my granddaughter. And she just admitted to me that she's been trying to find her herself.
This was mind-blowing, okay? Because her parents decided to go ahead and take a lie detector test to prove that they had no involvement in the murder of Kaylee Anthony. And today we're going to talk about that because there's also been some new information that has come out that is unbelievably disturbing. But before we get into it, I want to talk about this documentary because it was really difficult to sit through. I just did a podcast episode on my Patreon and members. If you would like to join, become a member and get a part of the conversation in my Patreon and members content where we have a weekly podcast. I talk about things in grave detail, mostly unedited. Sometimes you got to make some edits, but mostly unedited. And I post it weekly. And I also have extra disturbing videos that I post over there as well if you would like to check it out and become a member and help support the channel. But we just got done filming an episode over there where I was talking about this documentary and I was like, you know what, when this is over, I need to sit down and talk about this in a main video for you guys because I just watched this and my jaw was honestly on the floor. We're gonna take a quick break from today's video so that I can tell you all about this video's sponsor. And we're in my kitchen today because it involves food, and this is a delicious sponsor that I'm so excited to tell you all about. Today's video's sponsor is Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals right to your doorstep. We have vegan mushroom marsala. I'm the most excited about this one. This one sounds so good. And every single week you'll have over 35 different meal options to choose from. And there's meals on there that maybe you wouldn't have thought about making yourself, but when you see it, you're gonna be like, I want that one. Something that also is really cool is that there are a lot of different options to choose from, including keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more. Factor is a go-to lunch or dinner solution for me as a mom who also works from home. I have a toddler and he's always on the move. In the busyness of my day, I don't always have time to get to myself. Now, Factor makes this so easy for me because these meals are delivered directly to my doorstep. They are fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals that I can just pop in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and then I have a full meal that I can feel good about eating. Factor has delicious meals that are ready to eat and they're made just for you. There is no preparation involved whatsoever. And if you're someone like me, that is an exciting thing to hear because I don't always have time to prepare myself something to eat that I can feel good about eating and not have to feel guilty about. And you know what I mean? Sometimes we just go to our pantry and grab a bag of chips. No. That looks so delicious. I'm so excited to try this. I have to get like one of these little jalapenos on this bite. This is gonna be so good. Hot. This spicy cilantro cauliflower rice right here. Y'all, this one's good. I recommend if you don't know what to try. Here's one of them. This is the jalapeno lime cheddar chicken. This is so good. If you like spice, because it's definitely spicy, this one's for you. And this chicken too, and you get like a nice sized chicken breast. Now these meals are not only delicious, but they're a restaurant quality. I highly recommend Factor. You can sign up and save because if you do the math, going and eating out and getting something that maybe isn't that great for you, you're gonna be spending more money than if you just signed up for Factor. So you can sign up and save today and get you some ready-made meals that you're going to love and be able to feel good about eating. In my personal opinion, I feel like Factor is the perfect option if you're looking for fast upscale options for something to eat. Factor is no prep, no mess meals. They're 100% ready to eat. So you get your box, you take it out of this little sleeve right here, you puncture the film a little bit, throw it in the microwave, and you have a meal in 2 minutes that you don't have to feel guilty about eating. There's over 35 different options to choose from each week, so it makes it easier to stick to my goals. And Factor is so flexible. If I need to, I'm able to change my order size or skip a week if I need to. Factor is now owned by Green Chef, and with a wider array of options to choose from, there's something for everyone. I love switching between brands, and now my viewers can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. Head over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code kyeluh50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life. 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you are an active subscriber. That's factor75.com or click the link below and use code kyeluh50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life. 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you are an active subscriber. Thank you so much to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Now, I want to say at the very beginning of this, I do not believe even prior to this lie detector test that the parents were involved because there is so much evidence against Casey Anthony to begin with, and also she is a liar. Like, she lies all the time, and when somebody's constantly telling lies, why are you going to just suddenly believe something that they say? Like years and years and years later, suddenly come out with this huge bombshell lie and you think anybody's going to believe you. So I have done a video on this before where I talked about the docuseries about Casey Anthony, where she came out and told her side of the story.
My brother started coming in shortly after I turned 12. And it stops around the time I turned 15. Wasn't the same thing that happened with my father. My brother never me. No, absolutely not. But it was close enough. It's part of the reason she slept in bed with me so much. In my bed, with pillows stuffed against the wall, with the bed up against it, she couldn't fall, so the bed couldn't move.
Were the doors unlocked to your bedroom?
I thought that I had locked it, but maybe not. It's possible that the door was unlocked. I know my dad was at home, but I fell asleep and was asleep for a while. And I was awoken by him shaking me and asking me where Kaylee was, which didn't make sense because I looked next to me and that's where she was. TV was still on. She would never even leave my room without telling me, even if she had to go to the
only person in this world that matters to me still is my daughter. But I'm still defending the fact that I didn't hurt her. No one can ever tell me I should just get over the fact that my daughter isn't here and I've been blamed for her being gone. I can see him standing there with her in his arms and hand her to me and telling me that it's my fault. But I don't know where she went. And I don't know what he did.
I filmed this a while ago, so I don't really remember everything that I said in it. So I want to say this at the very beginning before we get into it. I may have said that the video of her dad at Kaylee's funeral was weird.
One that's here today to pay tribute to a beautiful little girl who not only meant the world to me, but meant the world to my family. And so many of you that never got a chance to actually hug her. Smell her hair. Smell the sweet sweat when she came in from outside.
I need to go back and watch it because I'm not sure what I said about it, but I feel like when I watched that, I would have thought that it was a little bit weird because, to be honest, I've never been around anybody who talks about the sweet sweat smell of a child. I never believed what Casey said and what her allegations were, but I may have thought that some of what he said was weird. So I'm glad that in this documentary, where her parents took this lie detector test, he did talk about that moment.
When I said I smelled her hair and that sweet sweat that she had, I did. What am I supposed to do? Push my granddaughter away and say, you stink? I felt great to get that hug from her and have that with me. For her to call me what she just called me was never in my physicality or my brain.
You loved hugging your kids when they were little.
I did.
Did you?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I was glad that I was able to see him speak about it, and it kind of, I feel like I was able to see more of his personality in this, and I feel like I could understand him a little bit better. And seeing her parents, you could tell that they are so deeply hurt by this still to this day. They are still negatively affected by it to this day. And of course, something like this is going to haunt you for the rest of your life when you lost your grandchild in a horrific way and you don't even know the full story about what exactly happened to her. But you can tell that this has just withered them down, that they are in a dark place in their lives, in their marriage even, because of this situation that took place in their family at the hands of their daughter.
I know what I saw in evidence. I saw it.
Let me stop him right here. Honey,
okay, fine.
No, listen.
This is over for me.
No, George.
This is done. You keep defending her.
I'm not defending her. Tell him I'm not defending her.
Hey. You want to go to the hospital?
I need to breathe. Get away, I can't breathe.
It was hard to watch this documentary because her parents seem so broken. And, you know, it's sad to watch a couple later on in their life when you're supposed to be able to, you know, be on retirement and relax and just, you know, go on vacations or something, or just enjoy each other and not have the stresses of life, right? Now, they made the decision to take the lie detector test because they've been under a lot of scrutiny. People believed that Kaylee's mom helped cover for her and that she knew more than what she said she did. There are also some people that believed that her dad is the one that did it. And then, you know, Casey came out and she had these huge allegations against her dad where she claimed that he her, and that she believed that he was assaulting her daughter.
Do you want to say anything to that?
That's a lie. That is a lie. I would never do that. I haven't done that. It's not in my brain to do anything like that to my daughter, but especially my granddaughter. Oh my gosh, that's one of the cruelest things I ever been accused of in my life.
When these allegations came out against him, it was shocking because it was such a huge allegation. And one of the biggest reasons why I could never believe her on this was because her story was that her dad was holding her daughter's lifeless body in her arms and that she had no idea what happened to Kaylee, and that her dad said, you know, I will take care of it. She's going to be okay.
I can see him standing there with her in his arms and hand her to me and telling me that it's my fault. And I don't know where she went. And I don't know what he did.
And George, you're hearing this from your daughter's mouth for the first time.
Does that make sense to any rational person, any sane person? You would hand off a lifeless baby soaking wet and not attempt to do something? Kind of stuff. Plus, George knew CPR from the sheriff's department.
With me being out there and bringing Kaylee in to give it to her, that's a really big fabrication because it did not friggin' happen that way.
And so then Casey's like, okay, I'm just going to go out and party then, even though I just gave my daughter's lifeless body to this man that's been allegedly me. It didn't line up to me. Not only would you never, as a mother, just let someone who you think just possibly hurt your child walk off with their body. Not only would you never do that, but then on top of that, if you knew that that person had hurt you for years and years and years, why would you ever allow them to be alone with your daughter to begin with? I mean, you would have to be an extremely disturbed individual to allow that to occur, in my personal opinion.
Lately, jurors can't be too sure which Casey is going to show up. Yesterday, laughter. On Friday, tears and glares from a seemingly angry Casey during her brother's testimony on Thursday. Shortly after, a sick Casey had to be escorted out of the courtroom. Both sides are trying to present the Casey they want the jury to see. From the prosecution, a cold-hearted party girl who danced while her daughter was supposedly missing. From the defense, the image of a caring mother devastated by her child's loss. Throughout the trial, she's been wearing her emotions on her sleeve as every piece of evidence is presented. On Friday, when the prosecution showed an animation of Kaylee's face superimposed over a picture of her skull with duct tape over her nose and mouth.
Casey didn't take her eyes off that monitor. Once the jury came in, of course, she's looking away, and you know, it's strategic.
Yesterday, those tears turned to laughter during a discussion about the difference between trash and garbage. But the same insect expert who made that distinction may have delivered a significant blow to Casey's defense. He testified that the type of insects on the paper towels that had been in the trunk of Casey's car are often associated with human decomposition.
So her story never lined up, but she really thought that people were going to believe her. And unfortunately, some people did show up at their house. There's people that honestly believe Casey so much that they're willing to go out of their way, put a pause on their day-to-day life, and involve themselves in this family's life. It's like they're trying to burn the witch, but they're doing it for someone that has lied over and over and over again, time and time again. They took the lie detector test, and their answers came back that they were truthful. It came back that her dad never said Kaylee or any underage minor, and that he never did the things that Kaylee alleged that he did. And the mother's lie detector came back that she was telling the truth too, and that she didn't know more than what she claimed to know. The person who administered the lie detector test to them said that he believed that they were telling the truth, that they were truthful, and that they should be believed. The only part that really had people speculating on if George was being honest or not was whenever he had to answer a question during the polygraph about did he conceal the whereabouts of Kaylee's location, and he struggled with answering this question.
Knowingly conceal Kaylee's whereabouts?
No. I mean, I didn't know where she was at.
Correct. That's all I'm asking.
Hello.
Did you conceal her whereabouts?
Did I conceal her whereabouts? I did not know where she was at.
You're going to have to compartmentalize. Right now, as you sit here right now, did you conceal her whereabouts?
Did I conceal her whereabouts?
They believe that the reason why he was struggling through this was that he was having a hard time with the fact that he knew where her remains were located after she was found, and also with the fact that they were having to relive such a horrific thing that happened in their life and being asked questions that would take them back in time to those horrific moments, that it would be normal for anyone to struggle during some of the questions like this.
Well, again, I think he was trying to reconcile what he knew then versus what he knows now. It's a classic example, again, of getting in your own way. And most people do struggle initially, get out of their own way. We tend to overthink things, and George was no different. But eventually he did pull it together, and he was able to focus and answer yes or no to the question.
But to sit down with George, with all of his experience, and be asked to answer the most pointed questions, about this case is obviously dredging up all kinds of memories for him. And they're all painful. That he was able to pull it together at all with wires all over him and picking up all of his physiology. First of all, I just think George did an amazing job. And for George Anthony to come through that and to produce the result that he produced, and for George Olivo to then say, okay, let me double check this. Let me triple check this. I just think it was just a remarkable examination and a remarkable exercise. Credit to George Anthony for being willing to do the thing that we know Casey wouldn't do.
And even apart from the lie detector test in general, just watching them speak and seeing their level of discomfort and how upset they were and how this still affects them to this day, you could tell they had no involvement in it. I could tell that they were being honest and that they're greatly hurt by what their daughter did. And I also think that at the end, when they asked them, what would you like to say to Casey today? Her father basically said, you blew it.
I don't like you at all for what you put Kaylee through. Your mom, me, your brother. It hurts so bad to know that I have felt so many times I wanted to end my life because of this. Just know that you blew it. You blew it with this family.
Feel like what he said to Casey at the end of this, it felt so genuine to me. It felt like a father who raised a daughter and is just so disappointed and hurt by who she's become that there's not much else you can say other than you blew it. I mean, Casey truly destroyed a family. And to this day continues to try and destroy this family and to lie and to cause more harm to her family that's already broken. I mean, her mom in the documentary, her little crafting room is just full of pictures of Kaylee, and they still live in the house where this took place. So Kaylee is everywhere there. And, they still have Kaylee's ashes, and Casey's trying to get her ashes from them. And can you imagine? Oh my God, she does not deserve the ashes of that little baby. That is no mother. At the end of the day, I stand behind the fact that I believe in my heart that she hurt her daughter and that she did this. And that's a next level disturbed woman, that she could not only do whatever she did to end Kaylee's life, but then to try and get people to believe that her parents, that her father hurt her and her daughter, and then to even put that on her daughter who is no longer here, to even have people think something like that happened to her by her grandfather that loved her. That is just a sick woman. I can't imagine as a parent, raising up your child and then seeing them turn out like that. And then they're accusing you of horrific things where people believe them. Imagine you didn't do what she's claiming that you did, but it's such a horrific thing. How do you come back from that? And in this documentary, they showed her parents' first reactions to the documentary or docuseries of their daughter where she made these allegations. So you get to see their first reaction to what they're hearing, because they knew that she made allegations, but they hadn't seen it yet. So you get to actually see their reactions to what their daughter said. And it just feels very genuine. The reactions feel very genuine. It feels like they're full of shock and disappointment and hurt. And then just the other day, something came out on the news that I wanted to share with you. We know that during the trial, it came out that Casey's car smelled like a body. There was an investigator that was a part of this case, and he came out and shared some more details about it that line up with exactly what her mom said about her vehicle. And I'm going to read some of those to you guys right here. He said, "The only thing that we knew at the time was that Kaylee was missing. I put the vehicle in the garage, and when I opened the driver's door, man, that blast hit me and I immediately recognized the smell. I've been dealing with decomposing bodies for years. When I opened the passenger's door, that smell hit me again, but it was even worse when I opened the trunk. That's when I knew that there was a body inside the car at one time and that it had been in the trunk. I relayed the information to detectives and continued to examine the car for the next 3 months. Further testing of inside Casey's trunk revealed positive results for high concentration of chloroform, only further fueling his theory that the mom of one mistakenly gave Kaylee a deadly dose of the organic compound before disposing of her body in a panic. In my opinion, based on what we found inside the car, what investigators found on Casey's computer, it's common sense that Casey was behind this. I believe that she tried to make Kaylee go to sleep because she wanted to spend more time with her boyfriend, and so she could lead a young party lifestyle, so she found out how to make chloroform. According to the research I did at the time, chloroform is sweet. I believe she likely mixed it with water or orange juice and gave it to her to sleep, probably enough to ensure she didn't wake up the next day. But what I believe happened is she gave it to her but didn't know how much the dose was, and it was too much." You know, my personal opinion is that this wasn't an accident. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I believe this was not an accident. Because look what she has done ever since. How she handled the aftermath and how she's continued to handle it to this day is the reason why I believe that it was on purpose. Her going out and partying, and guys, I'm never going to be able to get over this case because I cannot believe that she got away with it. I cannot believe with all of the evidence against her that she got away with it, and I will never stop talking about it. I will never stop talking about how messed up it is to me that she did whatever she did to her daughter and that she gets to walk a life, a free life, like it never happened. I'll never get over that because that little girl did not get to live her life. And her parents don't get to live a life because they have these horrific allegations against them. That's no life. You know, her dad said that he's suicidal, still to this day. They had troubles in their marriage, still to this day. And she just gets to continue on, live her life. It's not right. Did you guys watch this documentary? You're going to have to let me know what you think in the comments down below if you did. And if you would like to become a member and join my Patreon, I know I keep talking about it, but I'm so excited because in 2024, I'm putting a lot of work into my members and Patreon content and in my channel in general. So you obviously absolutely do not have to join. But over there, we've been having so much fun with my podcast. And I mean, if you join today, you get hours of podcasts, of disturbing videos. I recently did one about the Nancy and Dan Brophy case. And, you know, I have a lot of other disturbing videos that are coming out. I have uncensored videos that I'm going to be posting over there as well. And also, one of the great things about it is that when you join, you are becoming a direct supporter of this channel. You're helping support me, which is so appreciative. And I'm a really big fan of members content and Patreon, and I'm actually a member of some people's. It's fun. It feels like I don't even know how to describe it because anybody can join, but there's something about it that still makes it feel like it's its own little private club. You know, it feels like exclusive and like if you join, you're a part of something special. I don't know. I've been enjoying my podcast. It's been so much fun just to sit here to talk about my life, reality TV, pop culture, true crime, anything that's going on in the world and in my life. And I've just been having so much fun with it. And it comes out every week. So if you want to join, I would greatly appreciate it. But if you would like to see more content like this, definitely make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, give me a comment. I've been giving you all of the instructions, but thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon for another one.